How to balance school leadership and personal life. Okay, well, that's a big question. How do you balance those three things: school, leadership, personal life? Well, I think leadership and school kind of go hand in hand, but maybe not, because you might have a leadership role, I assume, and you're trying to balance that with school work. So there's the academic part of school, and then there's your leadership role at school. So talking about that, I mean, personally, I was a prefect, but I wasn't like the school captain. My brother was a school captain. My girlfriend was a school captain, so there are people around me that have had that experience and they've related, so I can only really go off their kind of accounts of how that was. And what they said was it really depends on how much you put in. So if you, I know my brother was always putting in a lot of work behind the scenes, when it came to the groups, the what do you call it, student representative council and initiatives at the school, and organizing some of those special days throughout the year. And then there were speeches throughout, and some other initiatives that you were doing for charity and social enterprises. So the leadership piece is really about how much you want to give to it. But in terms of balancing it, it seems to be that it's something you have to do in the hours that you're not studying it. It doesn't seem to be something that you're treating in the same way you would your study schedule. Like, I think it's like you go to school, you make sure you schedule in time to do all of your work as you would even if you weren't a leader. And then the leadership thing is an extra role you take on. Sometimes it will have to be prioritized, but for the most part, I think there's just a few things throughout the year that will come up where you have to give it a lot of your attention, but otherwise it's something you just chip away at and stay involved. You just need to structure that accordingly, but I would kind of mold it around your academic schedule, your study schedule, unless there is a specific event that requires all of your attention for a little bit of time in terms of your leadership role. Now, personal life, social life, and school, that's always an interesting one. I mean, I never really compromised my social life. I think it's imperative. So my answer here is actually pretty simple. Like, you shouldn't really have to sacrifice that much on the social side if you are just being efficient and disciplined throughout the week, getting the work done that you've been set in the time slots that you have set. Schedule your time accordingly. And then Saturday nights, go out. I didn't miss any parties. There were plenty of 18ths when I was in year 12. So go out, enjoy yourself. Some weekends, we're out 2 times a week. All of Saturday for me, for a lot of the year, was around school sport. I was playing rugby, going and supporting the teams prior, going and watching other sports. So from memory, I would say I was only doing a couple of hours of work on a Saturday, and then the rest of it was sport, school activities, going out with friends. And then Sunday, I would try and knuckle down a bit and make sure I got at least 3 or so hours done. But it depends. If I had an assessment, maybe I was spending all day and night on that particular assessment for that week. But if it was just a standard weekend, just mandatory few hours catching up on things or doing maths homework or something, right? No need to compromise social life. I would just concentrate it on the weekends, and wouldn't be going out during the week. But these are things you already know, right? Your weekdays and weeknights are all about, getting home, getting your work done straight away, making sure you spend time with your family as well at the same time, and getting to bed at a reasonable hour. And then your weekends are like your outlet, your escape, where you can go out with friends, hang out, and not have the guilt, right?